guys. So I am waiting for my co-host to join in, and we will get started. So I am on a little early to get everything set, and we will get started. I hope everybody is having a good day so far while I am waiting for my co-host to join in.
Hi. You
Hello.
can
Have yes.
Yeah.
So we got it to work and
Yeah.
all good. So I just got another reminder should be going off in a few.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm
So
just gonna put. I forgot to put my ring on.
okay. So I know we are a few minutes early. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Notification should be going out in a moment. So
Mm-hmm.
how was your day so far today?
So far today, it's been good. Very productive, I would say. I've been doing some planning. What I needed to do is been writing stuff down. Getting things out of my head. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. How about yourself?
Okay. Very productive. Trying to get a lot done. You know how you said you got things in your head, and I was
Mhm.
like, okay, I'm doing like a mental checklist. Like, oh, I gotta do that. I gotta do that. I gotta do that. And then I'm finding that if I don't stop in that moment and just
Mhm.
start chipping away at that checklist, that it gets away from me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If I think of something, I'm like, oh, I gotta start, and then so I gotta stop right then, go to that first thing that I think about, start working on it, then I can check it off.
I hear
Because if I
you.
keep getting all these things in my head, like, oh, I got this, I got that, I got that, and then I always end up forgetting something, and then at the last minute, it just starts. So, I'm,
Right. Right. Yeah, that's why I was saying that I was going to, like try to jot some things down. I guess basically to create like a to-do list, you know what I mean?
mhm.
Because yeah, some of the stuff is like certain things in the house that I want to tackle. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Mhm.
yeah, pace myself. I just feel like that weekends are just not long enough. They're just not long enough.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah. Look, oh, it's people coming in saying hello. Hi.
hi to everybody that's coming in. Hello, hello. Yeah, so I am TB, and this is um
Hello.
today. This is
Hey.
today. So are going to get started um on our let's see. So
Mhm. You
uh
shout me out.
there's a lot of people that's coming in.
Makaya.
Yeah.
Makaya. Is
Uh-huh.
that I remember her, don't I? Don't I know Makaya?
No, not Makai. You're thinking about Micah. You're thinking
Micah. Oh, okay.
Yes, you're thinking about
Gotcha.
Micah. So
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, thank you. We have someone just talking about our locks.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, thank you. I
I
do
have
see.
Christy. She has locks in her hair.
Mhm.
So, yeah. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about. Hi, Cruz Valera. Welcome in. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. So we are gonna be talking about natural hair, our hair journey. We have a
Mhm.
lot of information about do's and don'ts, things that are good for your hair, things that are not good for your hair. As you can see, we both have our hair in a natural state.
Yeah.
I have mine in twisties. I started really taking it serious about maybe 4 or 5 months ago when I really just said, I'm just gonna go and just start twisting it up. As you can see, my lovely sister Janae has her hair bob.
Yeah.
So we are going to talk about like things that you really should not put in your hair. Um, and I have like a whole list of things, and I've been trying my best not to put these things in my hair and trying to avoid these things. So I know one thing they say that you should avoid putting in your hair is parabens. Parabens.
Mm.
So if
Where do you
you
find parabens?
parabens, they're in a lot of like shampoos, they're in a lot like hairsprays and things like that. Like if you see anything that says parabens in it, they say like avoid that. Don't put that in your hair. Because it can really like cause skin irritation. It could
On the
imbalance
scalp?
your hormones and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
they said don't put that in there.
Wow, you
And
gotta
another
really read the ingredients.
read ingredients, and they said like formaldehyde. A lot of products have formaldehydes in it. So that's really toxic. If you see a product that says formaldehyde in it that said it's really toxic, that can cause skin irritations. It could cause respiratory issues, and it can cause you to get dizzy.
Formaldehyde. I'm trying to think, like, where else have I heard that in stuff?
Formaldehyde is very very toxic. Very
Is
very.
that like what's embalming fluid?
I think that has
Is that
formaldehyde. Right,
formaldehyde?
right, right,
Yeah.
right. Yes, yes,
That is
yes.
so crazy that that would be in ingredients that go onto your scalp.
Right, right. And they said very, very, very toxic. And then you wonder why we have like all these like issues and stuff like that, like the skin
Yeah,
reaction to it and stuff like that.
because the
So
skin, including the scalp, it absorbs.
yep,
And so these things, when you put it on you, it absorbs down into the essence of who you are, like
absolutely,
of your
absolutely.
body.
Like
Hmm.
your scalp is like an organ. You gotta be really, really careful about like what you're putting in your scalp, you
And your
know?
brain is right there too. Like that's concerning.
Yes, 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 yes. So also, another thing they said you shouldn't put in is like a polyurethane glycol.
Mm.
It contains ethylene oxide, a carcinogen that can make your hair very brittle.
Mhm.
Hair very very brittle. So you don't want to put anything that has that in there. And they saying even alcohol. Like putting
Yeah.
alcohol can dry your hair out and your scalp, um,
Mhm.
making them more susceptible to like hair damage and stuff. So
Okay.
welcome into those that are coming in. Also, put in what they say, phthalates. It's like
Mhm.
they endocrine disruptors that cause like early puberty in girls. Um, they are harmful to men, do stuff like that. So
Mhm.
they said watch out for stuff like that. It's like these are things that you don't think about. Like when you get your products, like you just like, oh, I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna use this. But you should not put that stuff in your hair on your scalp. Um,
Right.
they say triclosan, whatever how you pronounce it. They said it's like antifungal and antibacterial, but it can cause cancer and reproductive toxins. So so
Mhm.
you wonder how people will be having trouble like you know having children and things like that. They said it's um toxic things that you can put in your hair that could really like affect you eternally. So like I'm finding
Mhm.
like a lot of this stuff like interesting. Hi, place for her. How you doing? Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
So if you missed the beginning, we are actually talking about hair, what's good for hair, what you should not put in your hair, and then we're going to move into our transitions into like natural hair
Mhm.
journeys and things. So yeah, so and they also said don't put synthetic colors, like
Mm.
artificial colors contain ammonia and other chemicals that can just decrease the melanin in your skin and lead to premature graying. So now
Wow.
I'm like that resonates so much for me. Like put stuff in my hair. Like I'm like, why when I was like in my 30s, I was getting gray hair. Hey,
Mm.
how are you? Yeah. I was like, why I got gray hair already? Like
Right.
I'm putting like different stuff in my hair. Because at one point when I was into my phase where I had to have my hair like colored and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
they saying like putting like synthetic colors is really not good for your hair. So
Right.
I guess if you're gonna do it, you gotta be real careful about what you put in here. Make sure it don't have like ammonia and stuff like that, and other kind of
Right.
chemicals. But
So
that's
let
like
me ask you, do you have some examples of some products that maybe we might think are okay, but that we probably shouldn't use?
things with lye in it.
Yeah.
Anything that has lye in it. Them chemicals are so harsh in your hair, and they
Mhm.
break your hair off. And like you said, it irritates your scalp. Um, I started avoiding like stuff that has lye in it. And now that I'm learning more and more, I'm learning more and more about like what chemicals to look for um
Mhm.
in certain products. But that's your number one things, like things that say like permanent or semi-permanent in it are really not
Mhm.
good for your hair. Like if you're going to put a hair color or something in your hair, use like a rinse or something, because those are the least harmful to
Mhm.
your
I
hair and
do that
scalp.
sometimes. Like
Right.
sometimes I'll use like a red well, I've done like the semi-permanent color kind of stuff
Mhm.
before. Um and I usually try to find like something that says vegan or something, but I
Mm.
don't even be like knowing, because sometimes they don't even have all the ingredients and stuff on those things.
Right, right. A
Yeah.
lot of them will not list it. You just have to be careful and mindful what you're putting in. Like silicone is a big one that you really
Mhm.
do not want to put in your hair. It's okay every now and then, but it can like
Mhm.
block the moisture. Like if you find your hair like getting dry and using products that has silicone in it, like that's something that you should use like once a week. Don't just like oversaturate your hair like every day, because it will
Mhm.
like dry your hair out. Um and it can, also irritate your scalp. So
Mhm.
it says rinse are better. So you're saying yes, use a rinse. Use a rinse.
Yeah.
Try not to use things that say like permanent, long time permanent, because those things can really like harm your hair. They break your hair out. I know years ago I used a dye, and it really like started breaking my hair out, and I noticed it was like brittle, and I had to like start all over from scratch. Um, get all the dye cut out like literally out my head. Remember that phase when I had my hair like short? It was like right here, but
Brown.
that was back when I was doing yeah, no problem, Lisa. Back when I was always getting it like blow dried and flat iron and stuff like that, and then having like the chemical in my hair with the hair dye and stuff. So
Mhm.
I really have not dyed my hair in a really, really long time. I really
Yeah.
haven't done it in a long time, because of that experience. That like it can be traumatizing when your hair is like nice and strong and healthy, and then you start putting like all this color in your hair, like the permanent and the semi-permanent, and it start breaking your hair off. it's,
Mhm.
it's not fun. Like I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, I
It
can't.
was it was a friend of mine. She had dyed her locks blonde, and she said like as it started growing out, her locks broke off everywhere, like where it was dyed. And
Yes,
so, yeah, like the whole like the ends where she had it dyed, she said it all broke off.
Yes,
So
yes,
that's why I've
exactly.
never used dye in my hair. That scared me to death. I was like, "Hold on, wait, what? All right, I think I'm a knot."
Exactly, exactly. Like this
Yeah.
stuff is so harmful. Like it's cute when you like when the moment, but the long term
Mhm.
effect that it could be, especially if you're not keeping it like nourished and things like that, it'll just slowly just start breaking your hair, chipping away at your hair. And
Yeah.
sometimes it could be so damaging. Oh, thank you. It could be so
Mhm.
damaging that your hair might not even grow back in like certain areas.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be really, really, really careful with it.
Yeah. Yeah, because and it's important to know, like, the texture and all that stuff of your hair. I mean, like how your hair holds moisture, or if it doesn't. Because I would assume that that would be like a huge factor. I mean,
Yeah,
like, if you put something on your hair and it's like really drying, you probably have to like over moisturize just to like compensate. What I mean, but then you can close up your pores. Doing that. It's just, yeah, I guess that's why hairdressers be important, huh? They be
yes.
learning because they learn all of this stuff and they know how to work with different clients.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
so Lisa says your locks are gorgeous today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Who is
yes,
that?
they
You said,
are, they
yeah.
are.
A
Um,
place for her. Thank you.
yes, yes, yes. But yeah, so, like, that was some things they said you not to, like, to avoid because it's really not good for your hair or your scalp. And then they said,
Mhm.
like, things that can really damage your hair,
Yeah.
that's like a whole nother category. Like, they saying
Mhm.
that you can, like rubbing shampoo in your hair sometimes can like damage your hair, like strip your hair.
Oh, yeah. If you
Skipping
like scrubbing,
conditioner,
scratching too hard.
right, right, can damage
Mhm.
it. They said like skipping shampoo. I mean skipping, not skipping shampoo, but skipping conditioners. Conditioners,
Mhm.
like once you do this, the shampooing, like putting the conditioners in your hair, really like lock in like the moistures and stuff like that. They
Mhm.
you skip a conditioner, that could like damage your hair, which I thought
Like,
was
you
like
talking about
interesting.
skipping the conditioner can
Skipping the
damage your hair.
conditioner can damage your hair. So
Oh,
I was
okay.
like,
So it's like make sure you condition.
make sure you condition your hair. That's why they come out with a
Mhm.
thing for shampoo and conditioner. Because
Mhm.
conditioner is probably go hand to hand with the shampoo. And you want your hair to be clean and strong and healthy, but condition it, I guess, kind of locks everything in and keeps your hair stronger and healthier.
Put the nutrients back in your hair. Yeah,
Right, right.
Nana used to say that shampoo, like, just strips everything. It's
Yeah.
like, it just completely like cleans it. So yeah, it's like you wanna, like you said, put them nutrients back in there. I
Hmm.
don't really use let me see, like as far as conditioner, um it's usually be like the things that I put on afterwards, like a hot oil treatment, that sort of
Hmm.
stuff like that to kind of try to lock in some moisture and put some nutrients back in my hair with like the oils and stuff. Well, we'll get to all of that.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
somebody, Shizu, welcome in. They were saying
Mhm.
that using a protein treatment is good for dry hair and it's good for and after braids. Okay, thank you for that tip.
Mhm.
That's good to know. Yes. Oh, I
Mhm.
hear you. She said she skipped the shampoo before. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. The shampoo like it's good because you want your hair to be clean and nourished, but it definitely strips a lot out. So you want to definitely replenish it and get that moisture back in there by conditioning it using your healthy oils and stuff in your hair.
Mhm.
They said what I thought was interesting as well. You know how when you wash your hair and you put a
Yeah.
towel on it and you start towel drying it, they said that's
Mhm.
not good to do to
Yeah.
like really that could damage your hair as well. I'm like, oh my god.
Mhm.
So I guess it's better to like just probably wrap it, but don't like how you would take and you would go through and dry your hair with the
Yeah.
towel and stuff like that.
I
You
like
just
to
like
air dry.
wrap it or let it air
Air
dry and
dry.
stuff like that.
Mhm.
So yeah. Um so that's what I try to do. Like I really don't like towel dry my hair. I might like do a quick pat or something like that. But if
Right.
I wrap it, then I would take it, just do it so it's up and like drying on its own.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, they said don't do that extra towel drying because that could mess just damage your hair too.
Yeah. Does your
And
hair, like, hold water?
right, right. Just
Mhm.
like It'll hold it, but like if you letting it like I said, air dry or drip dry, it will like start drying on its own. Like I know I
Mhm.
let my hair drip dry a lot. I do. Like if I take
Mhm.
the time, like I'll take and wrap it up, just put it in on my hair, let it ring a little bit, not just like go on and dry it, but just let it
Mhm.
ring a little bit, and then just let it just do its thing. Because even
Yeah.
even now that I'm doing my hair like natural, it works out good when it's kind of like semi wet. Um,
Uh-huh.
and they
So
said, yeah, go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say like, cause you know, like, cause I be going to the pool a lot
Oh,
and
thank
stuff,
you.
and yeah, when I be going to the pool, and so like you know, it be sometimes like, especially you know, in the summertime where I will wet my hair a lot, and so um you know, so it's like just the washing and the oiling and all stuff and everything. And then just leaving it to just dry on its own. You know what I mean? Like I just try to if I do it, I'll make sure I do it like earlier in the day
Hmm.
and you know, try to like, you know, either walk around outside or something like that. Either let it like just dry in the sun, you know, kind of thing.
Hmm.
But yeah, but I don't yeah, I do. I try to keep the towels and stuff like that off and just
Hmm.
let it air dry. But what
Right.
I notice is that my hair it doesn't hold water like it. You know, some people be thinking like their locks would be feeling heavy and stuff like that, and it
Right.
doesn't. Like
It
it just
doesn't
seems
hold
like
you.
it's yeah, it's you know, and like by the you know, it do be taking like hours though. You know, what I mean, like it seemed like for it to like fully dry. So I guess it is holding water, but you know, I just be kind of free about it. You know,
Yeah.
so I don't really be noticing some of that other stuff.
Yeah, I saw. I
Yeah.
know Lisa was saying yes, yes. Certain towels are not good to dry your hair with. They literally be having specific towels to dry your hair with.
For
Like I have
hair.
some of those specific towels that, like I said, I can put on my hair, just to like wring it. But they do. They have specific towels for your hair, and you can tell
Mhm.
because they're even made different. Like the kind of cloth they use is like really different. It has a different feel to it. Yeah, I have a couple of those. Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. These locks of hair. Hey, Sheena, thanks for coming in. She said her lock.
Mhm.
Oh yes, Sheena's hair
Oh,
is all the
yeah.
way down. What? Oh
Mhm.
my God, her rear end.
Wow.
Oh, her locks are
Mhm.
amazing. They are so
But
long.
see
Like
that and
I can.
that's why I cut my locks. So remember because my locks, I used to be sitting on them too.
I
You know
know.
what I mean?
I
Yeah.
remember. I
Yeah.
remember.
It was just so much to just deal with all the time with the
Yes.
washing and it just was such a process. Yeah.
She said hers is heavy when they wet. Yeah, her locks is long.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yep.
Yeah.
And you know what else I found? They said like brushing your hair while it's wet can actually damage your hair too, which I
Really?
never knew. Because there would be sometimes
Mhm.
like I would take and like brush my hair while it's wet, but I stopped doing it. But I could think back to moments like when my hair was wet and I would go through and brush it, and you know how you would get like these big clumps of like hair. Like
Yeah.
they said, like your hair does grow, like especially when you have it in protective styles or you keep it up. Like you are supposed to shed you are supposed to shed hair. But I guess
Mhm.
it becomes unnatural and unhealthy when you're getting like big clumps of hair, you know,
Yeah.
and don't really brush your while it's wet. It's better to do.
Mhm.
I know if it's conditioned and it's like locking in that moisture, it makes it easier. But if you're like doing it like too wet with
Mhm.
nothing in it to like
Mm,
seal it
yeah.
and stuff,
To
yeah,
help with the detangling. So what I used
right.
to think so before I had locks, and when you know, just wearing an afro, when I would start my detangling process, it just seemed like no matter how much I comb my hair, brush my hair, it
Hmm.
was like by the time I got over to the other side, it seemed like I didn't even do this side. It was just you know what I'm saying? So,
uh-huh.
I stopped trying to detangle so much. It was like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like just as long as it's detangled enough where I could go
Uh-huh.
ahead and style my hair, it's like, why do I need it to be so detangled? It's like, no, our hair intertwines and that's just
Yes,
what it does. So I
yes,
just kind of
yes,
let it do that.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lisa says hers. She says she can't wait till hers get long. She'll be 2 years. Oh, good, Lisa. Good. I
Mhm.
I I commend people that take that plunge and just go all in. Like my sister here.
Mhm.
I'm still not there. So I'm gonna talk about like where I am in a minute. Um but Like so, but we're still talking about like things that you should avoid and things that could damage your hair.
Yeah,
Then we're going to get
yeah.
into why we chose to do our hair the way we did it.
Mhm,
Yeah, and they were saying like using the blow dryer, like the hot comb
mhm,
and curler iron can damage. I know that for a fact. That is
mhm,
100% facts because that's just where I'm going to go into what made me start going natural, like really really natural. Because
mhm.
I was one that was really big on having to have my hair fried, dyed, laid to the side,
I
always
remember.
flat ironed and straightened out. Um, like straightened out. It
Mhm.
was just too much.
Needed that bone straight.
Yeah, she said
Mhm.
she had to drop for a second for a little bit. I'll be starting 15 years locks this week. Yes, yes,
Yeah. Mhm.
yes.
Right.
That is amazing. But
Mhm.
it gets to be so much, like, cause you remember when I had like the one like hairstylist, like she was really, really good with natural hair. Cause I had stopped putting chemicals in. After that one time when I got my hair like dyed and it started like breaking out and had to get it cut all out and start all over again. I was like,
Yeah.
that's it. I'm not putting no more like
No more
dye or
dyes.
anything in my hair. Like that was it for me because that was like
Mhm.
traumatizing to have to start all over again. So,
Right.
but my hairstylist was just working on it, like the shampoo and the deep conditioning. Like the deep conditioning really really helps. Like that was like
Mhm.
such a consistent pattern. Like she would go through with this deep conditioner, and deep conditioner really helps because it locks in and it keeps your hair so strong and healthy. And then I just realized my hair was just growing and growing and growing.
Mhm.
However, I was still in that mode of getting it flat irons a lot. A lot of
Mhm.
ironing was happening. Um,
Yeah. And
and
that
I
changes the
remember
texture.
it changes the texture. So for the first time, I had remember when I went away to Jamaica,
Mhm.
I decided to for
Mhm.
the first time get a sewing in my hair because by me
Mhm.
always getting it like flat iron and stuff like that, keeping it straight. I said, well, you know what? I don't want to have to keep blow drying and flat iron my hair because I want to be in a lot of water, which I did.
Yeah. Mhm.
Just in water, enjoy the beauty of Jamaica,
Yeah.
and so I decided to get a sewing for the first time. So I think once I did that, it just like my hair just started going through like a bunch of changes. So once I got it
Mhm.
out, it's like I felt like my hair just started going through changes. It started making my scalp weaker. My hair follicles
Mhm.
felt like they were not as strong anymore just by doing
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm like, okay, well, what happened with the whole thing with that hairstyles, I had to like stop patronizing because
Yeah.
my time is my time. So, but that's a whole other story. But I started going to the Dominicans to get my hair blow dried and
Mhm.
straightened. That heat was not good. It was
Yeah.
not good. The process. It's so
Right.
much heat. It's so much heat that really was like burning my scalp.
Mm.
Like my scalp would be on fire, like literally on
Mhm.
fire. So I was like, "Ooh, I can't do that anymore because that's burning my scalp and my hair follicles, and that's making my
Yeah.
hair weaker and weaker and weaker." So
Mhm.
that's when I start going to protective styles, getting my hair like getting there's no glue that is right. I started getting protective styles like getting extensions in my hair. And I know you had something to say about the stitches part of it, which I didn't know.
Yes.
So you chime in on
What
that
was
part.
that? I figured, is it the caniculine or
That's the
something?
line. Yes,
They
yes,
said that that is terrible for you. Like,
right.
whatever chemical it is that's in there, they said it leaks into, like it gets absorbed in the skin, and it's just not good. Like all the other, things that you was talking about, like with some of the earlier products, it seems like it does some of those same things. You know what I mean? Like it's like leaks into, your bloodstream and stuff, cause cancer, all kind of things. Um, so I don't really know about the different types of hair and stuff, you know what I mean? But that's the one that stuck out to me the most because it seemed like that's the one that majority of, Black women use. A lot of
Hmm.
time I think it's one of the, the less expensive, versions of
Hmm.
the, extension hair and stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, like so now, like, even like with my daughters, I would encourage them to use, um, well, I don't encourage them to use extensions or anything, but it's like
Right.
if you're gonna do it, it's like don't use the caniculine.
Not
And like I said,
line.
I don't really know about the different ones, but it's like, what I mean, like I'd rather, them spend the extra money to get, a different type of hair. But,
Yeah.
the focus is, like I said, just on just being natural, you know,
Yeah.
at the
And they
bottom
do
line.
have better versions of the
Mhm.
extensions and braiding hair, which I noticed. So I started out using the Kanakalan hair, but I started like reading up that how good it's not for your hair. I started trying to get like human hair, like just a little
Mhm.
better version of it. Like
Yeah.
so, but again, because of everything that I was using in my hair prior, like always having to have it flat ironed and things like that, certain products I was putting, because now, like as I got older, I'm being more aware of what I'm putting in my
Mhm.
hair. My hair was going through so many different changes. And I'm like, okay, 1 minute it's thick, 1 minute it's thick. Like it's just so much. So
Mhm.
it kind of brings awareness to what are you doing? What are you doing different? What are you putting in your hair? You know,
Yeah.
started really like falling back on a lot of stuff and just reading on what I'm putting in my hair. So
Mhm.
my hair is going through changes. That's when I said, you know what? I'm tired of flat ironing it. Like I don't want to put like sew-ins. I'm tired of putting stitches in. I'm gonna just
Mhm.
like start doing it natural. Start doing it
Right.
natural. So that's hence my natural hair journey.
Yes.
So, and it took me a while to get to that because me, I never wanted to like put anything in my hair, especially like it took me a minute to even get to the extension part. I'm like, you know what? It's less
Yeah.
maintenance, it's easy. I ain't gotta worry about all the extra, all the extra stuff I gotta do with my hair. So
Mhm.
like, all right, the natural that took me a while to start getting to that. Like, ooh, how would I
Yeah.
feel about twisting my hair? So I just went one day, I just went for it. I said, I'm gonna wash the shampoo and I'm gonna take my time and go through it and start like twisting it up. And that was
Mhm.
like pretty much during the pandemic when I first started doing that. Like I dibbled and dabbled with it
Mhm.
because it was so much going on that you really couldn't get to the hairdresser anyway. So
Mhm.
all right, I'm just gonna self treat my hair. I have
Right.
skills doing my hair.
Mhm.
Back in the day, I would always do my hair. I just kind of got
Mhm.
lazy. It was like I'd rather pay somebody to do it because it's too much
Yeah.
to be worrying about doing my own hair. So I just got
Mhm.
into that mode that I'll just rather go get it done. But I know I'm very versed to doing hair, like as we both are, because you know how even growing up,
Yes.
how I would be keeping our hair tight, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was like, I'm just gonna get into what I know. But once things start opening up, and I started going back to the hairdresser again. But then it's just something about it. Like I started noticing like the difference in me taking care of my hair and going to get it done. It's like when you are doing your own thing, you're going to take that time to make sure your hair is good, is nourished. You want to put the extra oomph in it for
Mhm.
healthy hair. So now I do my own healthy hair. Like I keep my hair
Mhm.
healthy by doing my own thing,
What do
taking
you
that
think about
time.
trimming? Because I think that when you're dealing with like your natural hair and stuff, and especially if you've done like a lot of dyes in the past and
Hmm.
extensions and different things and stuff like that. Um, I think that it's like the trimming. You know, kind of getting off like the dead ends.
Hmm.
Um, really helps with um the flourishing as it continues to like grow. You have a lot less breakage and stuff like that, what I mean. And it just helps with the growing, and cutting at the right time. Like I wonder, like, what do you think about like cutting, just like how the same way how like the farmers use like the farmers almanac and they plant at a certain time, for like their for good growth. um I believe that it's like the same way with cutting your hair. Like you cut your hair at, certain times, it can like retard the growth, and you cut it at certain times, like according to the moon and stuff like that. It can help with the growth. and stuff like
Mm.
that. You want to come and say something?
Interesting. Yeah, I
Oh,
see. She said she started her locks with two strand twists.
me
So yeah,
too.
we're gonna talk about that. So, right now, as you see, I'm in my two strand twist phase. So,
Mhm.
I go like every, but 3 to 4 weeks, I'll take out, give myself a good shampoo, conditioner, a deep conditioner. I put like a hair mask in. I have to get into the habit of doing the trim when I do that. That part I
Right.
have not
Okay,
done it. So
gotcha.
my hair is like different like levels and length, but I have to get into the trimming part of it. Um,
Mhm.
but but in between, like the shampooing process and the conditioning, I would use like rose water in my scalp because it keeps my scalp clean and healthy. And
Mhm.
I could tell that it's like detoxifying because I get like a tingle in my scalp. Like I actually did a video about how on one of my Budget to Beauty channel about how I like maintain like a healthy scalp and stuff in between like shampoos and things, just like little tips and stuff like that. She says she hasn't trimmed or cut her locks ever. Oh wow. I know
Mhm.
they are long, 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 yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say something about that too, because one thing that I had noticed, like with my locks, when I, would like start, cause I do trim mines, like like I'll trim the ends and things. Like when I see, like certain little, like if I see like some thinning or something. But what I had noticed that, like, cause I had my locks for years. I'm going on, let me see, since like 2002, so 22 years I've had locks. And there was periods of times where it's like I can almost tell when I was at a stressful period, because
Mm,
it would be like weak areas in my locks. Yeah, and you would
mhm,
see them like all the way like around, what I mean? Like, okay, so that was a period of time where either maybe I wasn't eating at my healthiest, or might have been stressed out or something like that, what I mean? And you can see that in the lock growth, what I mean? And so that was like, I feel like one of my first big cuts where I was cutting like really long pieces of hair, because I was
mhm,
noticing, like, it seemed like that was maybe when I was like maybe after 3 years of having locks, or what I mean, it's like even though it pushed down, you can see the weak areas in the area. So that was like where I just went and like just chopped all of it off, and cut all these like big. So I have like I still have it, but all these really long pieces, like I said, you could just see like the weak points. So that made me think about like how stress and nutrition and things, just plays like a big role in how your hair is coming out of your scalp.
so speaking of locks, so do you want to touch a little bit on how you got your journey started? Like I talked a little bit about how mine started. Like it's just tired of putting chemicals in it, and I just went with doing like the two strand twist. Because I
Mhm.
haven't quite crossed over into fully locking it, so I do take these out and refresh them like every 3 to 4 weeks. Um,
Mhm.
how did your process start? What was the determining factor that you said, okay, I'm going to start locking my hair? What was the process like for you? How long did it take you
So
to where you are?
my hair was natural for 5 years before I had locked it. And so it was just like, so that whole process of, doing my hair, twisting it, plaiting it, braiding it, doing all these things, working with it being natural.
Mhm,
Um, and a lot of those challenges of dealing with natural hair, but it got finally to like a period of time where I had my hair in an afro for about 4 months straight. And it was
mm,
like, it was like a wash and go kind of thing, just not really having the time to style my hair. And it was by the time I had my second daughter, when it was just too much hair to do. I'm doing her hair, I'm doing her hair, trying to do my hair, and trying to get to work by 7:30 by getting after getting both of them out to school, kind of thing. It was just so, and I just really wanted something low maintenance.
mhm.
So, and like you, I would twist my hair up, take it out, twist it up, take it out. But it was,
Mhm.
I got to a point to where I had finally put the twist in, and I left it in for probably about a good 4 or 5 months. And I saw it was starting to lock, and it was like, you know what? Um, let's go ahead and just let's rock out with this. You know what I mean? And see, because usually, because I wanted to lock it, but every time it would get to like, like the really frizzy point, or just the point where I was starting to get nervous about it, I would go and comb it out.
Mhm.
So it just
Mhm.
had, it was probably after about the fifth time of letting it go that long, doing the two-strand twist, leaving in for 3 or 4 months, so I finally let it get past that threshold and went into 5 months and then 6 months and was like, all right, I'm holding strong to these twists right here. And so I just let it go ahead and lock up.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
but I
So.
didn't listen to a lot of the because I always kind of did my own thing, but I was hearing, some people were like, I was hearing some like, oh, well, when you first start your locks, you can't wash your hair. And I was like, wait, what? What I mean? Like,
Okay.
different stuff, what I mean, that I was hearing. And but I
Mhm.
was still washing my hair and everything, and I was washing it a lot, and we just have to like go in and find the separations and then, twist it up again.
Mhm.
Um and just the moisturizing it. The only thing that I was really using at the time, I remember I used to put shea butter in my hair,
Okay.
but I realized that my hair was collecting a lot of lint at that time. So I was like, okay,
Mhm.
shea butter is not the best thing to put in my hair. So then I was using like olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oils, just different oils and stuff. And trying to avoid gel, even though the gel does really help with giving you some hold, um,
Mhm.
in between, washing and stuff like that. But I guess it'd just be like depending on the person, what I mean, and what they're okay with. Like some people would be like the frizziness, they can't handle it. So,
Right. Right.
because and locks get frizzy, But like I
Right.
don't mind. You see how I kind of do kind of let my hair just kind of be. Um like with because they what they call it, like cultivated and uncultivated, kind of thing. Free form, like my locks aren't free form, you know.
Okay.
And I probably only twist my hair maybe like 3 times out of the year. So that means like every 3 or 4 months, I might actually do like this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
But
okay.
otherwise, like when I wash it and stuff like that, I literally just go through and just like I just will just separate it. Like I'll just go through my hair and just and do like this and make sure that it's separated, but I don't necessarily like separate and twist. I just keep, but I always feel like that was how my hair maintained its thickness. Because I've seen
Okay.
some people with locks, how their locks get like really, really thin. It's because they're
Mhm.
twisting all the time. Every 3 weeks, they at the salon, they're twisting it, twisting it, twisting it. And
Oh,
yeah, and so that's I just don't do that. Like I said, it was all about the low maintenance for me. It's all about the low maintenance. What do I use to redo my locks? Um, I don't understand to redo because, like I said, I don't really redo them. Like I said, like that twist be. I always so like what I do on a regular basis. I'll put some oil in my hand. Now lately, I've been using castor oil, and when it seems like that my hair, it almost seems like it brings out the beauty of my natural hair texture. So I'll be
mm,
noticing like more like waviness, instead of it being so frizzy. You know what I'm saying? It's like it kind of tames my hair in a way. But like I feel like my thickness, like it's just was been feeling healthier lately, and that's been about the past like 4 months or so with the castor oil.
so the
Yeah,
castor
but
oil.
yeah, castor
Okay.
oil, I found that to be fantastic on my hair.
So
It
you
gives
so
it
pick
some shine. Yep, I just put it in my hair, and then I just run my
so
fingers through my
you
hair.
just run okay.
Yep, in all directions, and kind of work it down through. And I usually sometimes like I'll spray water on it first, kind
Mhm.
of thing, And
Oil.
yep, but yeah, but I use oil on my hair, and that'd be about it. As far as shampoo, I just use black soap. Black soap, I found that to be like really cleansing and stuff. You know what I mean? So with everything that we was talking about earlier, all I was really thinking was that it's like to come back to natural. Like you said, it's like
Back
all
to
this
now.
synthetics
Right.
stuff,
Right.
is
Okay.
damaging, and yeah, but the natural stuff is not gonna hurt it.
So the black
It's
soap
gonna
is
help it.
alternative, like a shampoo alternative. So if you want to make sure you're doing
Yeah.
natural. And it's funny that you touched on the oil, 'cause I was going to get into that.
Mhm.
And I'm hearing like what you're saying, that some of the things that you would use in your hair are things that they recommend for strong, healthy hair.
Oh,
Like
nice.
for one, they were saying like coconut oil is healthy for like the hair and the scalp.
That's my
Um,
main go-to.
yeah, they literally call a coconut oil like a miracle oil. It's
Mhm.
good for your skin. It's good for cooking. It's good for your health.
Right.
And it's very good for
Mhm.
natural hair. Like it said, it should reduce like dandruff in your hair,
Mhm.
and it nourishes like dry, like tired, like limp hair. It's good for that. And it said it's
Yeah.
has antibacterial and antifungal properties inside of it. So
Mhm.
keep your scalp nourished and moisturized, and gives it a nice little shine. So I
Yeah.
love the coconut oil. Like like I have like a mixture that I will put like coconut oil in it. Like I will put um olive oil, grapeseed. Like so, we're gonna get into that. And they were
I love
saying
grapeseed
that
oil.
right, and they said, but if you have like coarse or dry hair, they were saying that you want to massage it in your scalp before
Mhm.
you go to bed when you use the like massage it in like before you go to bed, and like cover it and stuff in your hair. They say recommend like using like a plastic cap or something in your hair
Yeah.
to like lock it in and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, and they say
Yeah.
avocado avocado is good for like fragile or damaged hair.
Mhm.
So yeah, like it said that it penetrates deep into your hair follicles and the fibers of your hair, and it's good as a moisturizer. And I've noticed I've
Mhm.
been seeing a lot of products that have like avocado oil in it. But
Yeah.
I guess they're saying like I guess you can use it in its natural state, like take some
Mhm.
avocado
I do.
because
Yeah,
you.
I bought a big thing of avocado oil. So I was making hair oils at one time.
Mhm,
Like say, just for myself and my daughters and stuff, but our ingredients, that's what we have: coconut oil, avocado oil, the jojoba oil,
mhm.
um, sweet almond oil.
Love sweet.
Um, yep. And I got like a shea butter oil instead of using just the regular shea butter.
Okay.
Yep. But usually like in the bottle, we're throwing like some just the coconut oil, jojoba oil, and almond oil. I mean, not the almond oil, avocado oil.
Avocado oil. So when you say avocado oil, are you making it from scratch, or are you buying it pre-made?
No, I buy
Okay.
it. It's a place,
Okay.
Piping Rock,
Okay.
pipingrock.com. And you can buy
Mhm.
it, I like to buy them in bulk, but you can also find them on Amazon and stuff like that. Of course, Whole Foods, because I know a
Mhm.
lot of people would be like, wait, avocado oil. Oh, wait, it's in the
Mhm.
stores now. Well, the one that I find, okay, so what I see in the stores, like for cooking and everything, I mean, I would guess that it's like the same, stuff because I use like that same coconut oil. I put that in my hair too. But yeah, but oils, yes.
Mhm.
So yeah, I put a lot of oil in my hair, but like I said, but I also wet my hair a lot. So, because I think that sometimes that could be a thing, what I mean? Like your hair can be too oily. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Where and too oily, where it's like you clogging your pores and then your hair is touching your face and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, your face
Yes.
is breaking out, all kind of stuff. So
Yes.
that cleanliness is like a big part, of everything. And sometimes I just put like I'll massage my scalp And the only oil that kind of gets in my hair is just kind of what kind of trickles down from that, you know what I mean? But I'll mainly be putting it on my scalp, and then I just kind of do like this on my hair, you know? So I don't really put like a lot of oil directly onto my hair. It just be kind of just what kind of flows down from off of my scalp.
Yeah, so it's interesting that you say that because that'd be my biggest fear, like putting too much oil in my hair and like it gets like oversaturated. So like I go like every like maybe every other day. Like I said, I would go through my scalp with like the rose water, and then I
Mhm.
like a coconut milk, and spray on
Mhm.
my hair like to lock in like the moisture. Because I know, like you
Yeah.
said about the frizz, like my hair does get frizzy. If I feel like it's getting like frizzy, then
Mhm.
I might take a little bit of my lock gel and just go through and just kind of like twist it just to kind of control the frizz a little bit. But I do
Mhm.
put a lot of like rose water, rosemary, like oils like in my scalp in my hair because I want it to shine and be like healthy, but I don't want it to be like oversaturated, you know,
Yeah, but
with
that's
like
what she said. Water is a must. And so, because it's sometimes, you know, like, say, like, if I don't oil my hair or something like that morning, because I don't oil it every day. It might be like every couple of days. Um, but it just depends, like, say, if I get it wet. But I do like to keep a spray bottle around. And so I was
mhm.
just like spray it if I'm outside or something. So, like, any frizzies or whatever, and then just kind of, move them down, you know what I'm saying? Just, so I could be presentable. And then not look
Right,
too like frizzy and stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, that just little spritzing and stuff like that, that helps a lot too. Yeah,
right,
but yeah,
right.
that moisture, it helps keep the moisture in your hair. And,
Mhm.
especially in like dry environments.
Right, right, right. Yeah,
Mhm.
I always make sure I go through and spray. 'Cause I'm so worried about my hair being dry, and then it start like breakage and things like that. But like I said, it starts with your scalp. It starts to your scalp.
Mhm.
Hello, welcome in, Charlene Hill.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, like I'm always running doing my scalp because I don't want things to like accumulate like in my scalp, and that can go for anybody. Like it's not just like for like 4C or 3C hair. Like you um start with like healthy habits for your hair because you have
Yeah.
1C hair, 2C hair. Like so
Mhm.
it's not just for like black hair, like you said, 3C, 4C hair. Like your scalp determines like how healthy your hair is going to be. You know,
Right.
that that
Yeah.
that the healthy scalp is what trickles over to like the
Mhm.
healthy hair. Like you said, so we stopped at
You gonna get
avocado, and it said that it's good for like the damage, damage, and it prevents hair loss too.
Yes.
Avocado prevents hair loss, and they say honey is natural for boosting hair growth. Using
Oh
honey in
yeah.
your hair, yes,
You
it
can like
said
just
it's
put the honey just right on
yeah,
your
it said
hair.
it is. I've actually heard of
Mm.
honey treatment, honey hair treatment.
Mm.
They said
Mhm.
it's amazing for your hair and your scalp. They said that
Mm.
it's an emollient and it locks the moistures in and it strengthens
Mhm.
and reduces breakage as well. So
Mhm.
yeah, it does something to your hair follicles or something. So yeah, like taking some honey, put it in, let
Mhm.
and your hair. They said it is amazing for your hair. It's amazing for
Mhm.
you.
I
And
would
they
try
said
it.
no, yes, probably add the honey to my water and mist it. Yes, 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 yes.
Mhm.
They said it works wonders. It's really good for your
Mhm.
hair.
Shake it up.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I love the fact that it will prevent hair breakage because that'd be our biggest thing, especially with like three C and 4C hair. Your hair could
Mhm.
break out, especially when it gets like overly dry and stuff like that, or you put in
Gotcha.
chemicals in your hair and it start like damaging your hair. Then you notice that hair is breaking off more. Yeah, so moisture,
Mhm.
moisture, moisture is like
That's the
really,
key.
really the key. And they said
Mhm.
aloe vera.
Oh
Aloe
yeah.
vera
Mhm.
is
So I use
very
aloe vera sometimes instead of using gel. Like when I want to
okay.
twist my hair,
Mhm.
like I literally like out of the plant, and we'll cut the plant and then just like put that right onto my hair, you
Mm.
know, and Dang, I keep telling on myself with all these videos, Mika, because I was about to say I literally only do like the first couple of rows, the part that's like dancing. I don't even
Uh-huh.
do the back. I only do just like my part and right
Uh-huh.
here in the front. The
Uh-huh.
part that's like, but the rest, as far as like twisting my hair sometimes, what I mean, just to like kind of clean it up, to clean up the look. But I don't even be like twisting it all that well, all back here and putting the
Mm.
gel and stuff like that all back there. I need a hairstylist. Somebody out there come and help me.
So
Nah,
Sheena,
I grow my own hair.
Sheena, you say you do what with your oils? Like you massage it in your hair, you twist it with your hair or something to keep your locks or something. I see you saying you do that with your oils.
What you saying? She
Yeah,
only do the front
do the
row and the
front.
part.
Yeah,
Be like, you lift it up, you see a whole different situation.
it's funny that you said that because like in between taking my hair out, like when I go through it, like if I feel like when I feel like my hair like because it's like it's constantly growing because it's like in this like natural state. So when I feel like that extra growth, I will go through and like wet it with like
Yeah.
my rose water, and then I would go in and just like start like retwisting it like right
Hmm.
all the way up to my scalp and just like go down so that way it don't look like real like crazy looking and stuff.
Right.
But I'm hearing you say like don't like keep retwisting it. I don't do it like every day. I might
Yeah.
do it like once a week, then I'll just go in and just really go and dive in my scalp, put my oils in it. They have like a natural lock gel. It has like the jojoba and everything in it. It's all
Hmm.
natural. It's all natural. And I will go and just go start from my roots and just start like retwisting it. Because when I'm not ready to like untwist it, so eventually I have to untwist and redraw over again. But for my maintenance
Hmm.
between that, because it's such a process. It's a process.
Yeah.
So taking all this out, washing it, deep condition it. I put like a hair mask on it, and then put my cap on, let it sit in there. So I give it the whole workup, and then
Yeah.
start from scratch redoing it. So I don't have that kind of time to do like every week, every 2 weeks. So I'll do it
Right.
like every 3 to 4 weeks. But in between that, for the maintenance, like I said, I'll use like the rose water, the rosemary water, and stuff
Hmm.
like that, and go through my scalp just to try to
Do you
keep it
just
healthy.
like wear it out sometimes? Like just let it just be out?
I was. I was
Hmm.
letting it be out. Especially during the school year last year, I was letting it like my hair just be out and be free. But
Hmm.
then it's like I started to get that nervous feeling because I when I leave my hair out, it takes so much weight maintenance. And water, Mr. and Janae, I would love to learn how to retwist my locks to save
Hmm.
money. Oh,
I can tell
yeah,
you very, very quickly.
yeah.
So I'm gonna say, while your hair is wet, you see how it's like, while it's wet, you just grab it right there at the top and literally just give it a little twist. While it's wet, it's just going to hold. But I'm gonna tell you, but if you do like this, and you know how you like just let it like create like its own little ball right there, then you leave it just like that. And so when you come back later on, an hour or so later, and you pull that out, it's going to be nice and like, it'll have like a nice hole. It'll set like that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Another thing, if it's not wet, because I dry twist, my hair every now and then too. Just literally twist the loose hairs right around the lock. And so, yeah. And now, oh, she said she used to interlock. So interlock, that's when you basically take your lock and
I've heard of that. I've
put
heard
it
of that.
through the other, like the new growth, and then
Hmm.
pull it through, and so it'll, like fold in onto itself. That's a really good way when you first starting your locks to get them
Mm.
to so that they don't unravel. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because if you just twist it, as soon as you wet it, that's just gonna untwist. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
But so I usually twist my hair after after it's wet. But like I said, I'm not a big twister. So for me, like if my hair was wet, you know what I mean, you know how like it get wet and then everything get all like, intertwined. I just go through and I literally just separate my hair. Like what you see I'm doing, that's literally what I do to my hair. I just separate it. I just separate, make sure that they're not like this. You know what I'm saying? Just joining together. And I just separate them, just go through and just pull them apart, as I'm putting the oil on, go into my parts and stuff. But I really don't twist my hair that often. I would have to be like going to a ball or something and I might not twist it then. I might just slick it back, pull it up in a bun, do my edges. You know what I mean? I'm all about the freedom. For me, starting locks, it was the low maintenance of it all. I'm gonna tell you, it is so simple. It is so simple. You know what I mean? I just, it's like, yeah, it's like because you can really keep it simple. I think that we overanalyze and we think too much about some of this stuff
Right.
that that don't even be that deep. I mean, if you just free up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it'd be hard
Mm-hmm.
because society, I mean, puts a lot of things on us and stuff. But I was also going to say, with the moisture and stuff like that, sleeping with the silk pillows, like I have like the silk what's that, pillowcase.
Pillowcase, silk
I always
pillowcase. Yes,
keep
yes,
the
yes.
silk billow pillowcases because those other pillowcases and stuff, unless you're going to wrap your hair, like I said, I'm all about the freedom. So I'll be sleeping, my hair be all over the place. But that's why I use the silk pillowcases because I don't wrap my hair at night. But if you don't have silk pillowcases, I think that wrapping your hair to like, hold in the moisture and protect your hair while you're sleeping is a big thing. Yeah. But yeah.
So I'm noticing while we're talking about locking. So you starting out with twists. I saw Sheena said something about she started out with 2-strand twists.
Yes.
So I noticed that if I don't go through how you said how you go through your scalp, if I don't go through my scalp with like the rose border and like restart twisting it, that it starts to like the hairs start to intertwine with each other.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, let me pull that
And you
apart.
kind
Let
of
me pull
pull
that
it
apart.
apart.
Right,
Yes.
I was like, oh, so is that kind of like how the locking process starts? Like the way I have
So,
it now, like if I just did not take it out and
mhm.
just let it do its thing, would it will start like locking like that?
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Yeah, and in a
Okay.
couple of months, you'll be like,
Really?
"Hold up, wait, yes, my hair." You'll be like, "Hold up, wait, I think my hair's starting to lock." Like, you know what I'm saying? Yes,
Okay.
in a couple of months, you will start to notice. But like I said, that important thing when you go wash it, and then just finding like the parts so that you can have some separation, like right here, like how like this hair is into this hair right here. I just kind of pull
Right.
it apart,
Right.
separate
Right.
it.
Right.
You got grip on everything that's in that little section right there, and then just
Uh-huh.
twist it. Yep,
Right.
and then
Right.
just twist it.
Yeah, I
Yep.
noticed that how they start like they're intermingling with each other. I'm like, oh, let me break that apart because I don't want it to
Yeah,
like get too
we
like they
call that
start
a
locking together.
marriage.
Right? I was like, oh, girl,
He's like,
I
okay, them two locks trying to marry.
that part. That part. Like, ooh, let me yeah. So pretty
Yeah.
much like
Mhm.
just leaving it like this, it would just do its own thing. Like I always wondered about that, like because I noticed like how I would go to the hair salon and I would see them like twist the hair. I was like, okay, so I'm thinking that's how you would start the locking process, but not
Mhm.
necessarily. You don't need to start it that way. You can start it with 2-strand twists. So, but
Mhm.
how does it shift over? Like from looking like 2-strand twists. Like you can see I
Mhm.
got 2-strand twists. So how does it like shift over from that part to looking like locky? Like it don't look
As
like
it
twist
as it
anymore.
continues to grow down, you'll be
Hmm.
able to tell at the end. Some of it may even still look like it's in two strand twists.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? But that's like as it's growing out, because like so your two strand twists, they will get super frizzy. And so
The
so when you see people locking and you see them and they doing like this and they going all the way down the lock and they're
yeah.
pushing, it's like they're um it's like you're trying to keep everything contained, you know what I mean, so that it's not getting so frizzy, you know what I mean, but it's like you just kind of keep it contained. But that's why I like to literally grab the loose hairs and kind of twist them around, you know what I mean, the lock, because that just kind of it gives it like a nice little kind of forcing it into like a cocoon or something, you know what I mean, and until it
Mhm.
starts to loosen back up again, you know what I mean. When you wet it, it's going to just loosen right back up again,
Mm.
but
Mhm.
you're not taking it out and constantly like wrapping that loose hairs around it. You won't even be
Mhm.
able to tell that's in two strand twist anymore,
Really?
you know.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering
Mhm.
about that. And so I see Sheena
Mhm.
says that some people start with individual braids. Yeah, explain that a little bit,
Mhm.
Sheena. When you say start
Mhm.
with individual braids, can you explain that a little bit? I'm always curious about that
Mhm.
because when I hear you say it, I'm thinking about when you get the individuals and you just don't take them out. So instead of
Exactly.
staying in your hair.
But you don't it doesn't have to be extensions. It doesn't have to be extensions, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But just like how you twisted your hair, if you just like, like if all this was in braids and then I
Mhm.
just left the braids in, that gives you a tighter hold because twists
Mm.
do unravel, you know what I mean? But if you have a tighter hold and like with the braid isn't going to come out, but you can still just begin to twist that braid. And it's all about, because the locking is happening at the root,
Right. Right. Right.
really when
Right.
you first starting them.
Mhm.
But it's almost like when you kind of forcing it to kind of stay together, like when you as it's growing out. So even as your hair is growing in the follicles, it starts moving. It seems like it's moving right into that lock, that area, that section that you have provided for that section, if
Mhm.
that makes any sense. So it's like the hair, it because it seemed like my hair just started flourishing. Like when I first started my locks with the two strand twist, it almost seemed like it shrank up. It shrank, and then next it just was like this like overflow of just
Mhm.
growth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like it seemed like it was just trying to just like push the twist down or something after it pulled it up.
Okay. Okay.
It was interesting the way that, yeah, I'm gonna say, and I noticed that with a lot of people, they say like once they start their locks, it's like after you get into like, get past that first year where you go through
Mhm.
what they call like a shrinkage, because my hair
Okay.
was long when I started my locks. It seemed like it
Mhm.
shrank up to here, and then next,
Mhm.
it just was like boom. And suddenly my hair was like past my shoulders, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but yeah, locks like really, really grow. And it's like when it's locking and like say you kind of, when you keep it sectioning off and you keep it in that same area, it's like the hair that is growing, it grows like right into the lock.
Rolls into the lock. Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Yeah. And so that's what I noticed about my daughter hair too, Tara. And that's why she was able to comb her locks out. Remember, Tara had combed her locks out.
I know because the girls they all had locks in their hair, and I was wondering, like, did you cut it out? Because the next time I saw
Hmm.
them, they didn't have their locks no more. So
Hmm.
how did they
Isis, we
how did they
cut
get them out?
hers. We cut Isis locks, but Tara moisturized her hair. She just took I think she used like a safety pin, and she
Mhm.
used a regular pin. She was in school. I remember Tara was in the 8th grade, and she used to be sitting there and started like just kind of playing with her lock and pulling it out, taking it out, and I would see all this hair, and then she would like just kind of twist the end of the lock. But eventually, she had the whole front part out, and she was still wearing her locks in the back, and she started like hot curling the front of her hair, giving herself a bang.
Right. Right.
And she spent about a good by 10th grade, all her hair was just out. She had combed out all of her locks and had all this hair left. It's as if the hair just grows right into the lock, you know what I mean? So it's like it kind of be twisted up in there, but the section that you have is like as that hair is growing out,
Mhm.
it's like it be pushing right into the lock because like, but like I said, I also don't do a whole lot of twisting, you know what I mean? So it's like it just be kind of held together.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, she just combed it out and her hair was not damaged. It wasn't all broken off or anything. She had beautiful shoulder length hair after combing her locks out.
Wow. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Sheena said it's the longest hair ever. Yeah, because Sheena's hair is very, very long. It reminds me of how yours was before you cut it, like how long your
Yeah.
were. But so
Mhm.
you just said so. Nisi Poo just put the oil in her hair and just started picking it apart. So just say
Yeah.
hypothetically, I went crossed all the way over into the locking, and I
Yeah.
decided, okay, I don't want my hair locked anymore. I would literally have to go through with oil to loosen it up and start picking it apart.
Yeah, or like even moisturizer, some sort of moisturizer or conditioner. She was
Okay.
using like conditioner, just putting because conditioner, how it just kind of for detangling. She basically
Mhm.
was, I was trying to get Tara to come in here and talk about that actually.
Mhm.
Um, both of my girls, they didn't want to come in here and get on the video, but next time,
It's all good. All good.
yeah.
That's true.
But
Yep.
yeah, to talk about their natural hair journey and stuff, because it's been a journey. They're in their 20s now,
Right.
and Tara's even been talking about going back to her locks. Actually, yeah. Why would you use a lot of moisture? Oh, you mean like when you're like combing them out, just for the detangling, just to help it with the release. You know what I'm saying? So to make sure that it's not dry and help it to not break as you're combing it out because she was literally, like I said, she used like a safety pin, um, a pin that she was using like a comb, but like I said, she was doing it. Let me see. I think it was the summer from, like I said, she had started in eighth grade, and I think that summer from ninth grade going into 10th grade, she spent that summer just like kind of at home, slowly taking out her locks. So by the time she went into 10th grade, she was, blow drying her hair. You know what I'm saying? All her locks were gone.
Oh yeah, she was saying that you would have to use a lot of moisture. That she's helped her friend get hers out by using a lot of moisture to get the
Oh,
locks out of her
yeah.
hair. Yeah,
Yep,
she's so
yep.
yeah,
That
so it
just
takes a
helps
lot
with
of
the
moisture.
release.
So Sheena, you said something about like using plaits. So how would that make it give you that locking mechanism? I know when you do three strand twists, like you're saying, you're doing like a plait, but how would that create that locking effect? Because to me, it would just look like a long plait. So how would it
Mhm.
look like a actual lock? We're using a three strand
Over time,
over time.
over
Okay,
time. It don't start out like that. One of my friends, she started hers with plaits. And I remember thinking like, whoa, is her locks gonna look like these locks with these like plaits on the end, you know?
right.
But, like I said, it's like um water, all the environmental stuff, eventually that plait won't even look like a plait anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Especially, like I said, you're taking like the loose hairs and you start wrapping those loose hairs around it. You can't
okay,
even see like the plait underneath anymore. And your
got you.
locks will be like coming out. And it's like as you just continue to maintain your sections. Cause that's how
Okay,
for me, that's really what it's about, maintaining my sections so that my hair isn't all joining together, you
got
know.
you.
And I just separate it. Like I said, just giving it that separation. The hair will just kind of, keep growing out and doing what it does in that one area to form that lock.
Yeah, because I've noticed like how you said the sectioning. Like I've seen, I guess people have different ways of wearing their locks where they don't section it, and you can see like all like the new growth, and it's just like kind of there. And then I see some
Freeform.
that look really like clean. You know, they're
Mhm.
sectioned off. You can see where the lock begins at.
Mhm.
Yeah. So when you said because you just said something about when they don't concentrate on sectioning it, and it's just like so what do they call that again?
Freeform. That's
Freeform, okay.
freeform. That mean that
Freeform.
like they washed it, it all joined together, and nobody went and said, "Oh wait, let me, separate this right here, separate that from that." They just kind of let it be.
Okay.
Um and um and sometimes it's like like I said, that separation even it can be painful because the hairs when they join together and then
Yeah,
you're trying to separate it. Because when my girls was little, I actually used to use a pair of scissors. When they would sit down and I would, be doing their hair, I would have
mhm,
to take a little pair of scissors sometime because the locks, like I said, they would start to kind of join together, and I would have to like kind of, to separate them and just take a pair of scissors and kind of clip
flip
to
through.
get
Okay.
their locks separated and then twist it.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Me to the Bob Marley look. That's what I was kind of going at. Like
Mhm.
I've seen like a lot of people that just have it like it's just there, and then you see like the lock on the end. But I guess my question now is there a healthy way to wear your locks, or should you separate it? You
So
know.
I think it depends on the person. Um, like the free form. I think that when you don't separate them and your hair starts to just be kind of matted.
Together, I feel like it can get hard to clean. Um, so but I'm gonna tell you with cleaning your locks, uh, baking soda, baking soda,
Mm-hmm.
because you know what I mean, because what locks is individual, like streams of matted hair. So my hair is matted together to create a lock. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And so, but when you think about the hair being like matted and stuff, it was always really important to me to think about like the cleanliness of it. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
that's why like when people used to be like, oh, you don't wash your hair. So I used to be like, what? Like I just thought that was so crazy. I just thought it was,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
no, like like I was like, I'm gonna be washing my hair. I don't know what you're doing with your locks, but from the
Right.
very
Right.
beginning, even when it two strand twists and stuff, I was always, but like I said, it's like I would wash it, even if I didn't like scrub it a whole lot, to
Mhm.
like mess up my two strand twist. I would do like enough and then just like let the water run over it so that I could still be able to go in and find the sections and, separate and, what I mean? You go find one, and then just literally do like that, go on to the next one, find it, do like that, kind of give it a little twist just to create so that you're giving each lock its own section. Definitely, it doesn't have to be like a whole lot of hard twisting. You don't have to use a whole bunch of gel. That's just people just doing stuff, you know what I mean? And, I don't want no hairstylist coming in here trying to be upset with me. But, what I mean? I just, a lot of that stuff, it just be like a lot of extras so that, you can get money and stuff. But like, locks are easy. Locks are easy. It was all about the low maintenance for me. And the only reason that I would go probably like to a hairstyle, something like that, what I mean, if I didn't feel like washing my hair or if I just felt like letting somebody else style it. What I mean? But
Mhm.
otherwise, like I wake up like this. It is the most easiest like get up and go hair I've ever had. Say,
Mhm.
get up, if I'm and going out, throw some oil on it, give it a little spray and be out the door, do my edges if I just feel like it. But yeah, but they're really easy.
So you say you're pretty much recommending not to put like a locking gel, use like you said, coconut oil or something to like
Hmm.
twist it in your hair instead of putting like a locking gel.
Or use like a natural one. I'm sure. I mean, I don't really know about a lot of the products that's out right now.
Mhm.
Because I'm not prone to using a lot of them.
Mhm.
But but yeah, I'd be afraid to put gel in my hair because I feel like I made mistakes in the very beginning with
Mhm.
having my hair, and I used to be seeing lint. And the lint
Mhm.
in my hair used to be driving me crazy. It made me want to cut my locks off,
Mhm.
you know. But that's not something that I go through. I don't experience any of that now. But when I first started, I used to be seeing like a lot of like lint up in here, just lint like throughout my locks. And I just felt like, some of the products that I was using on my hair, it was attracting lint and stuff, you know what I mean? And gel was one of them because I thought that, I had to use gel to like twist my hair and stuff. But it's just a lot of myths, a lot of lock myths. out there.
It is, and I think they've gotten better with it because the product that I use in my hair to keep my twists like staying like twists because they don't unravel. And like you see how they don't unravel, like they just stay in place, which I love.
Mhm.
They're not untwisting. Um, but because the one I'm using is like very natural. Like I said, it has like the jojoba oils. It has like all the essential oils for your hair to keep it healthy. So
Mhm.
if my hair doesn't attract, like I'll take my hair, it doesn't attract like lint or anything. Um,
Mhm.
it helps keeps that shine. It keeps the twist in place, which is very
Yeah.
important.
And
I
you
see
don't see
Lisa
no flaking,
started.
like flaking from the products.
Nope, no cracking. Like it's just
Yeah.
like they're there. Like they just holding. Like if I get close,
Yeah.
you just hold in its shape, and they
Mhm. It's so
stay
pretty
in
and healthy
it
looking
stay
too.
in it right. Like it just holds
Mhm.
it. Like, I don't have to worry about no untwisting and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm really loving it, and it's so like low maintenance. Like I'm not stressing about I got to make sure my hair like it's so low maintenance.
Mhm.
Thank you, Lisa. She said she started her. She glad she did. I know. Yeah, your locks are so
Mhm.
they're like so pretty. Yeah, like
Mhm.
I'm like the more I'm learning, so I'm learning so much like from my sister because she has a wealth of knowledge. Because I remember she was like me years ago. Like she had to have her hair flat ironed and fried
Mhm.
dye days to the side. And when she went rogue and started wearing an afro
Like,
and started
oh.
knocking her hair, I was like, oh my god! Like I was not in that state. Like my hair had to be like still fried dye laid to the side. But she just
Yeah.
went natural. And then I just watched her hair just grow and just flourish. Cause we always had like nice length to our hair, but we was always frying it. Frying
Mhm.
it. And she just was like, I'm not putting no more flat iron. I'm not doing it. And she just started with that. I never forget when I watched her chop chop. I came home from work and I was like, like what in the like, have you gone mad? Like she just went and just chopped it up. I was like, oh my god! But like, look at her now. Look at her now. Like,
Mhm.
look at her. And it was
Yeah.
much long. It was much longer than that.
Much
Like,
longer
it was
than
much longer. It just grew and grew and grew. So I
this.
was like, and as I've gotten older, like the less I want to do with my hair. Like
Right.
I'm tired of like putting extensions in it. Like I'm just tired. Like I don't want to keep
Mhm.
putting heat in it. And I was like, I'm just gonna start twisting it. I was like, because I'm still on the fence of whether or not I want it to lock permanently, but I'll start
Mhm.
twisting it. That way I have control over maintaining it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like so if I want to take it off and let my hair breathe, I can do that. I just want
Right.
control over what I'm doing with my hair. Because I feel like once
Mhm.
I lock it, it's gonna be that process is gonna be hard to get my hair out. So I said, well, at least I can control stuff. If I decide I don't want to twist it, I can take the twist out. If I decide I
Mhm.
want to wear it, put it in a ponytail. If I decide I want to blow dry it and wear it straight, I have that option. But
Mhm.
I'm really loving the fact that it's twisted because there's less maintenance to it. All I have to do
Right.
is just make sure my scalp stays healthy. Keep, try to control the frizzies in it and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So, like, I'm really, really loving it.
Doing a
How
great
long
job too.
how long have your hair been locked up?
Oh, 22 years. I've been wearing locks. 22 years. My daughters don't even remember seeing me with my hair not locked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's say hypothetically I decided to not unravel. See how I got my hair to if I decided not to unravel it, I can still wash it and it'll start like locking on its own. Like what would I
Yeah.
do? See if I say, okay, I'm not gonna take it out, I'm not gonna do the whole process. Like can I do that process with my hair like this without taking it out?
Mhm. So, when you wash it, wash it and um like I said, so you would just go, I like to start in the center, what I mean, with the separating, but just going and just finding. So like it may be kind of like a little afro with your twist kind of hanging off of the afro. It's kind of
Okay.
what because all the new growth.
Okay.
So you would just kind of just go in, separate it, find, like the area, and then just go in and you can just give it like a little twist, what I mean, just to separate it, just to separate it. You would want it in the beginning. I was I was twisting more in the beginning because, like I said, it's like, when you would wash it, it would seem like an afro with the two-strand twist hanging out the ends of an
Okay.
afro.
Uh-huh.
So it's
Mhm.
just reaching in to find those areas, where you would just kind of like have to like kind of go in, separate it, find the the little find the area where it's separated from the other ones, and then
Mhm.
just twist it. Yeah, but if you just start, and you can and I would help you, I mean, of
Mhm.
course, to just to kind of get you started, get you going. But
Mhm.
I would suggest like sectioning it off in the four sections, what I mean, because it
Mhm.
may take you a little time, or getting someone to help like me. I'm here for
Mhm.
you.
Mhm. Mhm.
And yeah, and then just twisting it, but only twisting the root. Like you really only have to twist the roots. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Depending on how frizzy the rest of it is, with the two-strand twist.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah.
Lisa, that's my this is my sister slash bestie. Like I know we have our own lives, but I know that
Mhm.
if I need my sister, she is there. She is
Mhm.
5 years younger than me, and so a lot of people have trouble putting the connection together. Like, oh, y'all don't look like sisters. Yes, we actually are. We have the same
Right.
mother.
Mhm.
Our mothers birthed us, and yeah, so yeah, we might have a different dad, but we have the same birth mother. And my sister
Mhm.
Janae looks exactly like our mother. That she's
Mhm.
my always she has my mother's face, just a light skinned version of
Yeah,
her.
like it was like bloop.
Yeah, she looks just like my mother. If you want to know what our mom looks like, Janae looks
Yeah.
just like my mom. But yes, so
Mhm.
but yes, we've always been close. We do have a sibling in between us. Um,
Mhm. Or
so it was
Jackie.
me because I'm the oldest, and then we
Mhm.
have a sister underneath me, between me and Janae, and then we
Mhm.
have more siblings after Janae.
Right.
Out of us. But as you can see, me and Janae are like probably the closest out of the siblings. And it's
Yeah.
due a lot to a lot of our siblings live down south because
Mhm.
that's where my mom raised us at down south. So when we got
Mhm.
older, we ventured back up north because this is where like our dad's side of the family lived. So we
Mhm.
moved up, ventured up north, but our roots go really strong down south. But that's where we were raised at, and a lot of our siblings still live down south. So we
Right.
had only have one sibling up here, and she's a sister in between us two. And
Mhm.
but unfortunately, you know how sometimes family don't really stay connected like they should. But me and Janae always maintain that connection. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is really sweet that she be there and she's willing to come over and help us out. But
Absolutely. Anytime.
yes, yes, thanks, man. I see you say yeah, we rock. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just wanted to know, like, so I don't necessarily need to take it out and go through the process. Like I could do the same process, do the shampooing with my hair like this, do the conditioning with my hair like this. It's just the important part is just making sure it stays separated to go back.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Because you like I
Okay.
said, it will, that natural hair is gonna push through and it'll be like a afro with the twist hanging off of it. So it's just,
Right.
kind of going in and finding your parts, you
Mhm.
know, and then just, like you said, when you go in and find your parts, find like the collection of hairs in that section, and then
Uh-huh.
just twisting them. Yep, yep.
Yeah.
And when you twist them, and then it's like you can twist it all the way down. You can twist
Uh-huh.
it all the way down, or you could just stop here. I used to just stop right there, and then go on to the next one. You know,
Yeah.
but it's like if you just kind of twist it, you can twist it all the way down with like a little. You can use a little gel, like
Mhm.
aloe vera gel. Oh, there's aloe vera gel. There's flaxseed.
Mm.
Flaxseed gel, that's a good one. That's a
Mm.
really good natural gel. But if you
Like,
have like, if you have like a natural hair gel, I know there's some, products out there. Some of them may be a little on the expensive side because they got all the good stuff, kind of thing. It's not going to do any flaking, it's not going to clog your pores and stuff. Um, I'm guessing that, maybe like Carol's daughter probably has a good, product. I know my
mhm.
daughters would know. I'm gonna tell them to
Mhm.
chime in on this video. Maybe they can, when they
Put some
watch,
in the comment section.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, give some recommendations because my daughters know. They use all of that stuff.
They are the hair queens. Like they are
You
the
know what
mini
I'm
version
saying?
of us. How we did
Yes.
so. our hair when we was growing up, they did took it and ran with it. Yes, Lisa,
Like they
I
don't
do.
play. They be like, "What? No, I'm not doing the frizzies."
Right.
They gonna
So
have they
yeah,
doing slick.
yeah, I think Lisa had a question about hair clip. Lisa, I do.
Mhm,
When I go through, like, especially when my in between maintenance, when I'm
mhm,
doing trying to keep it looking still not dry and old, but like when I go and do like the rose water in my scalp and I'll like kind of like retwist like in my scalp, I will put a clip to lock it in to make it
mhm.
stay in there just so it looks fresh. You know what I mean? So it
Yes.
doesn't look like, oh, you wet your hair, you put some stuff in, and that
Mhm.
was like still puffy or fruity. So once I do that twist to get it all the way up to my scalp, I will put a clip to lock it in, and then I'll take it off.
Exactly.
But I let it air dry. I don't like drying it. I let it air dry,
Yeah.
and I'll be
Mhm,
amazed that it stays in that
mhm.
position.
And so,
So
and that's why I know that you'll be able to do your locks because you would do the same thing. You would do the same thing,
okay,
like you said, because that helps a lot, when you have them hair clips.
yes,
Because like I
yes,
said, like how I said that you can just like kind of twist it till it get nice and tight, and then it create like that little ball up there.
yes.
That's what Obasi's dad used to do when he had his locks. He never used any hair clips. He never went to the salon or anything, and his locks was down past his hips.
Oh,
And
oh,
you see how
I
tall
remember.
Steven is. He
Yes,
had
I remember.
yeah,
The
and but
movie,
that was his
multiple.
method. That was his
Mhm,
method. But you could
mhm,
definitely use the hair clips, like I said, just kind of, twist it, clip it down, and that is going to hold. When you take
mhm,
them, when you pull your clips out, your hair
mhm.
gonna look fresh and laid and slick.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I just literally did that like a few days ago. I went through my scalp and just like went through each plait and just like twisted all the way up to the root. Put a clip in
Mhm.
it, let it sit for like an hour or two, and came out. I was like, oh, okay, and it still holds in
Mhm.
there. I feel some parts because I did it like a few days, like 4 or 5 days ago. I was like, all right, I feel some
Yeah.
starting. I guess that's my new growth coming in or whatever. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Tamika,
but
you
it's
ready? I can
ah,
tell you
I'm
lock ready,
ready. I'm
girl.
ready. I'm ready.
You lock
Yeah.
ready.
Am I ready? Yeah, I can. That was my
Feel
biggest
free
question. Being
commercial.
able to, yeah, that's my biggest question. Like being able to go through all the necessary channels that I would do when I take my hair out, to
Mhm.
still be able to do it with the twist in. So it's just pretty
Yeah.
much after going through, like you said, the shampoo and the conditioning, put like the hair mesh, just make sure it's rinsed, and then going back through my roots, retwisting it, and making sure it stays in place.
Mhm. Yep.
Yep, sounds
Yep.
good. Sounds good.
Mhm. Yep. And don't get
Yeah.
nervous about it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, what? Like, all right, because especially how like with that when it be like that afro and that you
Yes.
have to like try to work through, it might be like, all right, how am I get it up in here? You know what I mean? But yeah, like you said, you take the lock, find your way up right to the root. And yeah, like I said, you already got the concept and the idea.
I got okay.
Yeah, you already know how to do it.
Okay.
I am eating some dark chocolate covered cashews, and they are
That's it.
delicious.
I just know they are. I just know they are. Yes, yes.
I'm trying
Yeah.
not to eat the whole bag.
Yeah. So this has been a very interesting topic of about natural hair and like I said,
Mhm.
we're not like natural hair, like healthy hair can be within all hair types. It doesn't necessarily have to
Absolutely.
be black hair, like natural hair, like it's so many different things you can use just to keep your scalp healthy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so everybody has different types of hair. But yeah, like I said,
Mhm.
strong foundation, like they said, is using like the coconut oils, using like the aloe veras, like using like the avocado oils, even the honey, like that could be for all hair types.
Mhm.
It's like one size fits all. Like I know we've been kind of geared towards like natural hair in our journey and locking process, but if you're in this chat and your hair is a lot different, it starts with a healthy scalp. That's
Right.
basically what we're trying to say. It starts with a healthy scalp. So just using different methods and techniques to keep your scalp healthy and try to avoid a lot of different products and chemicals
Synthetics,
and
right?
it's a lot of stuff in here. It's a lot of things that are very harmful to your hair and your scalp. So if you want to continue to like maintain a healthy scalp, maintain healthy hair, try to avoid a lot of different things, and just be mindful of what you're putting in your hair and your scalp and stuff, because it not only like creates issues in your scalp, but it could create issues within your health as well. So
Right.
just be mindful of the
Mhm.
different. Watch what you're um applying to your hair and your scalp. Like read up on a lot of things. Like we gave you some information, so read up on a lot of things. Like just say, you can Google what is not healthy to put in your scalp and things like that, and it'll tell you. Like I kind of ran off some things, but
Yeah.
you definitely want to do your research and see the pros and cons of putting things in your hair.
Mhm.
And if you are using some of those products, you might want to do a shift and shift to things that
How about
you
that?
know
It's like, yeah, it's like check out the products that you're already using. Like, should you continue to, use it or should you trash it?
I should be trash it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just try to shift because and then we wonder like why you get sick and why certain conditions happen. Like I said, I read up one thing that said that causes cancer and stuff like that. Like this
Crazy.
is good information to know. Things you need to know these
Mhm.
things. Like what are you doing to your body? What is contributing to like declining health and certain health issues and stuff? And it can
Right.
start. You can just start with your hair and your scalp and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
But yeah, I,
Mhm.
I I so appreciate everybody for joining us for this topic
Mhm.
and discussion. We will have a whole nother topic next Sunday. And
Yeah.
we hope you guys will chime in with us on our Sister Talk Live. And we
Mhm.
appreciate y'all for coming in.
Thank
So
you. Yes, thank you so much.
yes, thank you so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. We
Mhm.
appreciate you.
Yeah,
And we
a
will
place for
talk to you.
her.
We'll talk to you guys hopefully
Mhm.
next Sunday. We'll be here at 3 o'clock. I hope you join in with us too. Until then,
Yes.
have a great rest of y'all week.
Thank you. Peace. See you
Bye. You
later.
guys, all love.